For many years, I used to wonder why there was so much hate towards Black people more than anyone else. And it's not all groups, not all groups, you know, but for the most part, after I have grown and matured a lot more, I really get it now. I really, really, truly get it. After looking at certain people and just seeing what they look like when they age, I really get what a lot of the hate is all about. This woman is in her 60s. She's 60 years old. Okay. We know plenty of Black women in their 60s and don't have one single wrinkle on their face and still have retained their youthful look even in their 60s. I'm just saying. Wisconsin woman accused of killing 3 infants during 80s said she can't take kids that constantly cry. I got bad news for you. Infants cry. Whether you like it or not, they just do. If you can't take that, it might be a good idea not to have kids. Even in the 80s, you did have the option of having kids or not having them. That's why I think these people are absolutely dumb as hell. They have babies and then complain about the crying, then don't have babies. Don't have babies. I bet even when she was an infant, she was crying too. They probably was crying looking at that face. A Wisconsin woman has been charged with suffocating 3 babies more than 30 years ago, cases that investigators initially attributed to sudden infant death syndrome, prosecutors said Friday. The cases were reopened in March 2015 after Nancy Moranez's daughter told police her mother confessed to suffocating Moranez's son with a garbage bag in 1980, prosecutors say. The 2 other infants died in 1984 and 1985 while Moranez was their babysitter. Moranez, 60, told a Milwaukee police detective this week she was responsible for the 3 deaths and said at one point that she can't take kids that constantly cry. Then why would you volunteer? Why would you be a babysitter if you know you can't stand babies crying? And apparently all these children, her son and the 2 that she was babysitting, were all infants. What infant do you know don't cry at all? Oh my God. Prosecutors said in charge documents that provide chilling details. She faces 3 counts of second-degree murder. I don't want to hear no mess about no mental illness, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all overplay that. And there is no way you kill 3 children the same way you suffocate all 3 of them, and you're going to sit here talking about some mental illness. No, this woman did this because she is just straight up evil and never should have been around children in the first place. She's evil, not mentally ill, evil. She didn't dispute what her daughter told police, but said she actually killed her son by drowning him, putting him in bath water until his face turned purple. That is so evil. How could you do that to your own flesh and blood? See, this is evil, y'all. Moranez said she put him in the water and saw bubbles coming out of his nose and mouth, and that she held him down and felt him wiggle a little under the water. Charging document says, now that's sick. The son was only 18 days old. She couldn't take an infant for 18 days. No, this woman is evil. She's evil. And it's always amazing. You notice nobody ever talks about the mental state of these people until after they commit a crime. See, that's why I'm not buying the mental illness bullshit. After they commit a crime, oh, well, mentally, I don't want to hear it. Moranez made her initial court appearance Friday morning and remains in custody without bond. She does not have an attorney listed. After her daughter went to police, investigators learned Moranez was also connected to two other cases where infants were thought to have died from SIDS. Now, something is wrong when babies keep cropping up dead and it's the same person involved. 4 years after her son's death, prosecutors said Moranez was babysitting a 6-month-old boy after his parents answered an ad in the paper. So she apparently placed an ad in the paper to babysit. At the time, police said Moranez told investigators she noticed the baby was unresponsive less than an hour after she put him to sleep face down on a waterbed. She told police she became concerned when she saw the baby's face turn purple, just like her son's, the way her son's did when he died. The coroner concluded the death was due to SIDS. Wow. But in her interview with police this week, Moranez said she used a blanket and held it real tight against the face of the baby. So she lied and said she put the baby face down on the waterbed. Now she's saying that she held a blanket over the baby's face. No, see, this woman is evil. She's evil. A year later, and it's amazing. So 4 years after her son, she killed him in the bathtub. Then she strangled this baby with a blanket, holding it tight to the baby's face, the 6-month-old. And a year later, she got access to another baby to kill. A year later, Moranez was babysitting an 11-week-old girl when firefighters responded to a call for help. One of the firefighters had seen Moranez the year before. Do you remember me? The firefighter said to Moranez, asked him. I remember, he said. Moranez then said, according to the court documents, I told my husband I didn't want to babysit anymore. After you killed 3 children, you came to that conclusion? And what's wrong with her husband? You saw all of these dead babies and you didn't question nothing? It didn't raise a red flag that every time there's a dead baby, your wife is right there directly involved in it? What kind of man is this that she's married to? He don't seem too bright. Again, the medical examiner said the cause of death was SIDS. Moranez told police she used a blanket and that the baby kind of moved around her hands as she suffocated. So she suffocated the 11-week-old baby too. So drowned the son, and then the other 2 babies she was babysitting, she suffocated both of those babies. Moranez said she didn't use a blanket with her son because she wanted him to go sooner. This woman has no soul, no connection to her child. Now, we all know when even during pregnancy, you bond with that baby. You start developing a connection with your baby even before it's born. But this woman, she had no emotional connection to her child. None. Oh my God. This woman's a monster. She further stated that she knew she did wrong, that she is sorry. the charging document said. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. You snuffed out 3 lives and you wanna say you were wrong and you're sorry. That's not good enough. That's not good enough, lady. Yeah, and this is, another story. This Hispanic man killed his two-year-old, damn near decapitated his two-year-old because he was keeping him awake. Some of these people are just not fit to be around people at all. And this woman, I'll tell you what, this woman don't even look human. But please tell me what you think because she's not. She's a hybrid. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell twice and join me over on Black Junction TV and blackspot.com. Peace, family.